usually to start to gain entrance into a new area within biomedical research, it can take, years, 3 to 5 years of investigation before you have enough data to publish and compete for external funding. So each time I've entered into a new area, and we've done research on leukemia, liver cancer, melanoma, it takes a period of expansion. And so ovarian cancer is something we some years ago started work on in hopes that we could really move the needle for patients. There's a lot sort of critical need in this area. Let's see. And what I'm hoping to convince you of today is that there's a reason why clinical care for ovarian cancer has not moved at the pace it has for other types of cancer. And the reality is we still just do not have a fundamental understanding of the biology of ovarian cancer. Now, other forms of cancer have also benefited from mouse modeling. And so let me just briefly discuss what that means. So, we are limited in what we can do in humans, of course, in terms of experiments. We can do observational studies, we can do genome sequencing. But in terms of genetic manipulation and asking basic questions about what mutations actually drive cancer, we have to turn to another organism, and often we turn to mice. The mouse is obviously quite different than us, that is true, but their genome is actually nearly the same size as ours. The genetic content is quite similar, and almost all of the genes in the mouse genome have a direct human counterpart. And so there are a lot of similarities between the human and mouse genome. The other advantages mice have, despite being small in size, they have almost all the tissue types and cell types that humans have, including ovaries, fallopian tubes, and the like for our discussion for today. And that is important. And so the technology that my lab works with to try engineer mouse models of cancer is this technology called Sleeping Beauty. So let me just walk you through. Can you all see my cursor here?
Yeah. Adam has a published paper on this. Is just one published paper on it?
Oh, no. We've published dozens of papers on this technology over the years. Yeah. And we continue to have some coming out. Some we've done ourselves, others we've collaborated. But there have been, a dozen plus models of cancer in mice that have been developed using this technology that I developed as a grad student, actually, years and years ago. More recently, and I'll show you data today from this effort, we have engineered human ovarian cancer cell lines and are now making pretty good, actually fairly rapid progress with this approach. And what we hope to see is that these tumors will grow out like this. And what this will show us is that the transposon-induced mutations have driven progression of the disease. And if this works out, then we can go in and quickly identify all of the mutations associated with disease progression. And we are ready to go to do this pilot experiment. We're going to start in at least a small scale next week with this, but we would need to expand dramatically to get sort of a definitive result. And so that will take a significant financial investment. This is what I project we would need for a 12-month period to do this experiment in total. It's not inexpensive, and as you'll see, personnel is the most expensive part. This is something that I think not a lot of people understand, that even though I am a faculty member in the College of Medicine, everyone in my lab are technically employees of the College of Medicine. The College of Medicine actually provides us nothing in terms of financial support. I have to pay everyone separately. So I have to find ways to bring in money to pay my own people, even though they're technically employees of the College of Medicine. So it's a constant sort of hustle to find resources to maintain the staffing of my lab, in fact. And so where we've gotten thus far with the ovarian cancer project is by me convincing people to do these additional experiments on the side, in addition to the experiments that we're funded to do, that are basically covering their salary. So we've moved at the pace we've moved with basically the personnel I have in place. To expand and move quickly, we would need to bring in new people, and that is a huge cost. And so we can continue to move at the pace we have, but it would be nice to really focus, have someone on these projects full time. That is my goal for the coming year.